With all the censorship big tech is engaged in, it's critical that you sign up for our free newsletter at Infowars.com/newsletter. You will get breaking news, videos, great deals at InfoWarsStore.com, and all the latest articles with key intel and analysis. Get around the electronic Berlin Wall by signing up for our newsletter at Infowars.com/newsletter. Well, it's good to see the Republicans aren't going to take the Soviet-style secret impeachment proceedings led by Adam Schiff lying down.
We just went inside to try to hear the testimony of the Deputy Assistant Secretary, mind you, of Defense, which clearly should be under the purview of the Armed Services Committee. Chairman Schiff immediately left with the witness. We are trying to have some transparency to this process. I represent nearly 1 million Floridians who are asking me my thoughts on this process, and yet I can't relay to them anything except what's being leaked to the media. It is really a travesty, and furthermore, now we're being told that members who are trying to have some element of transparency to something that is so critical and so important to our democracy, now we're being threatened with ethics violations.
You should be outraged if you're an American at what's happening here. You should be allowed to confront your accusers. This is being held behind closed doors for a reason, because they don't want you to see what the witnesses are like. Let me give you an example. Recently we had the Mueller. Mr. Mueller came in to give a report in Judiciary. You were there. You saw it. The American people saw it. You know why Mr. Mueller's report fell apart and why we knew that there was nothing there? Because we got to observe Mr. Mueller himself testify. Because when he was asked questions, you could see he didn't understand what had happened in his own investigation. You saw him flipping through pages. You get to see who is accusing you. When you're denied that, you might as well be living in the former Soviet Union.
Why is Adam Schiff the only one who knows? Go read the complaint. Over 4 months, more than half a dozen U.S. officials formed the basis for this complaint from the whistleblower. Who are these more than half a dozen people? I think you'd all want to know that. I want to know that. I think the American people want to know that. Only one person in the entire Congress, 435 members, only one person knows who the whistleblower is, and more importantly, who those people supposedly had firsthand knowledge. Only Adam Schiff knows. That doesn't seem quite right to me. I would think you would all want to know, and the press, and let the American people know. I certainly want to know. I think the other 434 members of Congress want to know that. Only Adam Schiff knows.
This may be within the House rules. That's not the question. The question is it a good idea to try to impeach the president in secret hearings, or in hearings that not only members of Congress, but the American people can't witness or participate in or watch?
Following the protest in the face of Schiff and Company's unnatural act, Democrats complained that the secret hearing had been infiltrated by the Russians, utilizing the electronics carried in by the angered House Republicans.
In short, they have also compromised the security of the room. Many members, dozens of members, brought in electronics, and they not only brought in their unauthorized bodies, they may have brought in the Russians and the Chinese with electronics into a secured space, which will require that the space at some point in time be sanitized. Members also, even after being asked by the Sergeant of Arms to remove their electronics, some still have not cooperated.
They're not tweeting with their phones. I just left there. I promise you there's no mobile devices in there. So now they may be in the hallway outside, but in the skiff, they're not in there.
To add to Schiff's totalitarian twisting of our republic's mechanisms, House Democrats are threatening to use a rarely utilized provision in the annual financial services spending bill to put a hold on non-compliant Trump administration officials' paychecks, as Roll Call reported, referred to as Section 713, that says any federal employee who prohibits or prevents or attempts or threatens to prohibit or prevent another official from communicating with lawmakers shouldn't be paid during that time. Meanwhile, Bloomberg News and the Mockingbird media are pushing their version of events that are occurring behind closed doors. claiming that former U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine William Taylor has explosive, game-changing evidence to prove quid pro quo occurred, when in fact, Taylor is merely another Democrat D.C. insider who flippantly texted about his anti-Trump perceptions with the U.S. Ambassador to the EU, Gordon Sondland, downplaying the Joe Biden corruption investigation and the still unsolved DNC Russian hacking WikiLeaks connection to the Seth Rich murder as conspiracy theories. U.S. Ambassador to the EU Sondland responded to Taylor's claims as incorrect. House Democrats continue to prove that they are not interested in doing the work of the American people. Instead, they continue to behave less like lawmakers and more like attorneys addicted to frivolous litigation, hell-bent on screwing the American people out of their duly elected president in order to bring the United States and all of its recent success to a grinding halt, pleasing their globalist masters. Jon Bowne reporting.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
Now it's easier than ever to have band.video on your iPhone. Simply go to band.video with your Safari browser. Then you click the share button at the bottom of the screen. When the menu comes up, you simply click Add to Home Screen. It will then ask you to name the app. I suggest band.video. You will now have band.video app on your home screen, despite the fact that Tim Cook tried to stop it. The globalists think you're lazy, but by taking a little bit of action, you can override them, have the app, and then tell others about it so they can get the app. So it's up to you whether you want to defy big tech and click the share buttons below on your email, on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, however you want. Be sure and share band.video.
Don't miss the opportunity to grab your 8-pack Power Stack for 75% off. Simple, convenient, and easy to use, the 8-pack Power Stack is a one-stop shop for those looking to simplify their routine. It is currently 75% off right now, and the sale is about to end. The 8-pack Power Stack is the perfect intro to any InfoWars fan looking to support the show but not sure where to start. Please support our mission to bring you the cure for propaganda. Please continue to visit us at InfoWarsShop.com, Infowars.com, and Band.video. And thank you to all who continue to support us.